Thank you for joining us here. Let's talk some high school football, shall we? I know sportsmanship has been a big emphasis of the NCHSAA lately, giving out the sportsmanship awards before games. Right. Just talk about the evolution of why this has become so important for the NCHSAA.
Well, obviously, we are about education-based athletics, and while we certainly care about the winning and the running and the jumping and all of those kinds of things, we also recognize and understand that ultimately these young people who participate in our programs will move out into the world, so to speak. They leave our high school ranks and they go to college. Some of them go straight into workforce. Some of them go into the military. Whatever they may do, we want them to understand that civility and treating others the right way, and really the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, is something that we really care about. And we just believe that through our programs, we have the perfect opportunity to help young people understand that they can be good sports and at the same time still be very, very competitive.
Changed around the playoffs a little bit this year, went with the different percentages and went more with the max preference ratings. How do you think that worked out for you and going forward? How do you look at going through that process?
There were some issues and there were some concerns. By and large, the teams that came through the process, as I said today at our conference, the teams, regardless of the rankings, they ended up here today, and most of them are either undefeated or they only have one loss to their record. And so I think that speaks a lot about the process in the final analysis.
Another thing that's changed a lot, safety, especially in football. A lot of safety changes have happened over the last, especially 10 years. Can you just talk to the things that the NCHSAA has done, especially head injuries are always the thing everyone wants to talk about, just what your organization has done with safety?
Back in 2008, we had, unfortunately, some deaths that we had to deal with. Our sports medicine committee came in, took a look at what we were doing, and said, all right, first thing we need to do is have an emergency action plan at every school. So that was required immediately. Every student who has a head injury or a suspected concussion cannot return to play until they've been seen by a doctor. But we also care about the helmets. We know that a helmet cannot prevent a concussion. We understand that. But what we do need to do is make sure that the helmets are certified. So all helmets every 2 years must be recertified, reconditioned. After 10 years, a helmet goes out of the rotation. We have rules and regulations now that deal with the length of a football practice. We now require during the heat and humidity days that we use the wet bulb globe temperature device to measure heat and humidity, and that's for any sport. So we're doing our share, but it doesn't stop. We just have to constantly be on the cutting edge to try to make sure not just football, but soccer, cheerleading, anything that we offer, that those young people are safe.
So look into your crystal ball. What's the future of the NCHSAA?
It would be wonderful if in 5-10 years, whoever's sitting in my chair, whether that's me or somebody else, would be able to say, you know what, we have a real good handle on this thing called sportsmanship. But then I think the bigger challenge for us will be what we talked about a moment ago, trying to look at the level playing field. We want every child who walks into that front door of a school have the opportunity to participate if they choose. So how do we do that for the member schools that exist from Manteo to Murphy? And so much so that not only the membership feels good about it, but that the general public, when they hear NCHSAA, they can say, oh, those are those people who offer opportunities to play during the regular season. They offer great championship experiences, and they keep our kids safe, and they're teaching great lessons. That's what I want to have happen as we continue to march forward.